Okay, Braylon and Gage and Micaiah, I am back from math, and we have a lot of pages to do today, but they are very easy pages, so don't shake in your boots. We'll get it done. All right, the first page is we are looking at solid figures. Now, we know square has 4 corners, rectangle is 2 long and 2 short, a circle is round, a triangle has 3 points, hexagon has 6, pentagon has 5, octagon has 8. We've learned all of those shapes, but when you have a 3D shape, now you have a solid shape that you can grab a hold of. So like this, it's not just a rectangle, but every side is a rectangle. We call this a rectangular prism. What do we call a ball? I think we have done a little bit of this. We call a ball a sphere. So what are some things that are spheres? An apple is almost a sphere. A globe is a sphere. A basketball is a sphere. A soccer ball is a sphere. A baseball, a tennis ball, all of those are spheres. What about cubes? Can you think of anything that's a cube? I can think of something that comes in a cube. It's an engagement ring. You know, the guy pops the box open. Usually those are cubes. What about a triangular prism? It's not a pizza because pizza is flat. Pizza would really just be a triangle, but it has a triangular shape and a rectangle on the bottom, I think. No, it has a triangle on all sides. So what could be a triangular prism? I know some blocks of cheese come in triangular prisms, but a triangular prism is a little bit harder to think of. What about an ice cream cone? What shape is that? Not the kind that are flat in a cylinder, but the kind that start at a point and come up, and they have a circle on top. That's called a cone, actually. What else is a cone? Have you ever seen an animal wear a cone around its neck after it has surgery? It doesn't quite come to a point, but that's called a cone. What else? Let's see. What are some more solid shapes? Oh, a pyramid. Do you know what a pyramid does? A pyramid has either a square or a rectangle on the bottom and triangle sides. Y'all know we have magnet blocks, and you've built them with magnet blocks. They have triangle sides and either a square or a rectangle on the bottom. All right, so let's look at these shapes. So life is not made of flat shapes. Life is made of 3D shapes. Flat shapes are on paper, but in real life you have 3D shapes. If you just look around the house, you can find lots of rectangular prisms, probably not as many cubes. You can find a lot of spheres. Those are the most common ones. There's another one, and it's round on the top and bottom, and it's round going up and down. Do you know what that is? It's a cylinder. What kind of things can you think of that are a cylinder? Well, if you look over there, I have a pot. It's a cylinder. It's flat on the top, it's flat on the bottom, and it's a cone. This is a little bit of a cylinder. It's kind of got a little bit of a shape to it, but it's flat on the bottom, flat on the top, and round all the way around. That's kind of a cylinder. All right, let's look at our paper. It says, so what it wants us to do is to think about these shapes. It's not just naming the shapes, because that's easy. All you got to do is memorize it. Circle the combinations that have the same shape. Okay, let's look at the first one. What does it have? What is that orange one? Cube. And what is the purple one? A rectangle. Now, it doesn't say they have to be the same color. So we've got a cube and a rectangular prism. So anything that has a cube and a rectangular prism, we're going to circle. All right, so the next one, what does it have? What is that? A rectangular prism and a cube. So I'm going to circle it. What does the next one have? A cube and a rectangular prism. Rectangular prism and a cube. I'm going to circle it. What does this one have? A rectangular prism and a cube. So they're in all different shapes and colors, but they all have a rectangular prism and a cube. Use your noggin. All right, let's look at the next one. What does it have? 2 of something. What are those called? Rectangular prisms. So we're looking for 2 rectangular prisms. What does this have? Cube, 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 cube. No. What does this one have? Rectangular prism, cube. No. Rectangular prism, rectangular prism. Bingo. All right, number 3. Where's number 3? Point to number 3. Point, 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 point. Circle each kind of figure used to make the picture. What did they use to make this picture? A cylinder and a cone. So did they use a rectangular prism? No. Did they use a cylinder? Yes. Cone? Yes. This is pretty easy. All right, the next one has a rectangular prism, cone, and a rectangular prism. So circle those. Should have circled the cylinder. I didn't mean cone. I meant cylinder and rectangular prism. There's no cones in it. All right, easy breezy, lemon squeezy. All right, you're doing the same thing on number 1 and number 2. Let's look at number 3. Pause your video, do number 1 and number 2, and then turn it back on. Okay, you're back on. Number 3, it says put an X on the object that does not belong in the set. What is this set? I see a ball and a ball and a tomato, which is basically a ball, and then I see a cylinder. Which one of these things is different? One of these things is not like the other. It's the can of paint. Mark it out. I put an X with a pencil. You might not can see it. The next one is a cube and a wooden cube and a block cube and a brick. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Time to review fractions. It says circle the fraction that names the blue part of the set. First of all, how many birds are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got to have a fraction that has 4 on the bottom because the number on the bottom tells you how many in all. And how many of them are blue? 3 out of 4. So which fraction says 3 out of 4? On the next one, see if you can figure it out without my help. Do you have it? Pause the video and turn the page when you get done. All right, it says shape attributes. What is an attribute? That is a characteristic or a criteria that it has, something that it has, okay? So what are the attributes of a square? 4 corners, 4 sides, all the same. If you do that, you'll have a square. Circle each object that has a flat surface that matches the shape. So it's got to be a square flat surface. So the juicy gum, does it have a square flat surface? Nah, mark it out. The sponge, does it have a square flat surface? Actually has 2. Where are they? Top and bottom. Circle it. The drum. Nah. The carton of milk. What? What does the side have? What is on the bottom of the carton? Let me show you. I have a carton of milk. So what's on the side is a rectangle. But look at the bottom. That's a big fat what? Yes. All right, let's look for the ones that have a circle. Well, obviously. And obviously. Do you have it? All right, see if yours matches mine. All right, which one has a rectangle? I'm done. Which one has a rectangle? I found 2. Did you? You ready? You see the book has the long skinny rectangle? All right, it says draw the shape you would make if you trace the surface of the cone. All right. If we trace the surface, look, just trace it. All right, so I'm going to draw one just what I traced. All right, look. So you got the pointy, and then you got the circle on the top. Can you do that? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Do it neat. Let's see what's on the back. I told you this was pretty easy. Draw a line to match the shaded face to the figure. All right, I'm not going to help you with that. On the bottom, it says mark the fraction that names the blue part. You have to count how many parts in all. You have to be sure you have a fraction that shows how many parts are in all. And then the top number has to show the blue part. Okay? All right, you do that by yourself. All right, I will see you for math practice.